That's what we're rolling with today. Still no microphone? Damn straight, still no microphone. Time to take off the pump cover though. Some things just don't change. You know what I'm saying? Nice little, mini back day happening. You guys know the deal. And some of you guys have been calling me out for the lack of tuck-in. We'll do it on the car videos. I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. It's just, sometimes uncomfortable, and then obviously we have the freaking seatbelt because they'll start ringing on me, and then some of you guys can be like, oh dude, you wear your seatbelt weird. Well, I'm a weird guy, what can I say? So today I'm actually coming in with a clear purpose, unlike normally where I just click on the record button and it is what it is. Today I want to talk about regret, something that plagues people, and it's because of how powerful the emotion of regret actually is. But like anything else, everything can be a strength and everything can be a weakness. Everything, even the strengths that you think you have, if you misuse them, you know what's gonna happen? It ain't gonna work out. Relax, dude. This guy's in a Toyota wanting to kind of go faster. Yeah, go ahead. Keep on going. Go ahead. You know what my favorite part is? When someone comes to look, they basically see that it's not someone that they can pick on, and what do? Look right back on the road. Absolutely ridiculous. But let's get that adjusted. No more Fast and the Furious. But regret. Regret is something that most people get plagued by. And you're not unique because you go through regrets. That's one thing I want to tell you. That's not to say that your pain points don't mean a damn thing because they're not unique. That's not at all. My point is everybody has it, which should actually make you feel better because it's proof in the pudding that some people do that regret something that's good and some things that are bad. But you not being able to let go of the shame that you have, this is where regret, you need to knock it off. Because most people fall into the regret, self-pity, shame, holding on to shame to where they're so terrified of doing anything else because their heart could be hurt again. But what they don't realize is the second time you go through something ain't nearly as hard as the first. That's why they always tell you the first heartbreak is always the worst, and that's the truth. Because after you go through it again, you realize you still have your, God willing, you still have 2 feet you can walk on, you're breathing fine, you're alive. Yeah, internally, do you feel hurt? Absolutely, but like I have my health, I'm good. It's like anything else. If I take my finger and I put it right on this, well actually let's do it here, that way you guys can actually see it. But on this wheel, in the beginning you feel it. Give it a minute, you're not even gonna know it's there. And that's the point. All this stuff is the exact same way, but the problem is when regret happens and something bad happens to us to where we hold on to that shame and regret, that feeling becomes so addicting in and of itself. Everything will come back to you being addicted to behaviors, whatever. People talk about habits and stuff, but the point is it's the thought pattern. The thought pattern is what's dangerous because you'll follow through. I don't know if you guys ever notice this, but people that complain love to complain. And there's a difference between articulating something that's bothering you or what's going on in the world or whatever, and complaining about the same life circumstances you have, about the same people in your life, without actually caring to change it. And it's because it's that feeling. It's that feeling you get. There's a huge difference between you wanting to crave that feeling of shame over and over again. You're gonna think, dude, I don't want to feel shame. Deep down, you're so used to those feelings and you're so comfortable with them that they actually nurture you in a way. And it's kind of crazy, but that feeling starts to become addictive in of itself. And you have to nip it at the ass. You have to, because what happens is people, by the time they recognize what's happened, unfortunately, it's too late. And it's too late, not just because, if you're, 30 years old and don't have it figured out. I don't believe in that either. But by the time you get to those recognitions at a certain point in your life, depending on where you're at, you're not going to care to change it. And that's when you see a lot of people that become super spiteful and just bitter. They're bitter. You talk to them and when you talk to some people and you feel worse after leaving them than before you actually entered that conversation, you'll become one of those people. that you look at and you're like, that will never happen to me. That's how it happens. The shame, the regret, the anger starts to really seep into the skin to where everything is everybody else's fault and you take no accountability for your actions. But what's incredible is once you let go of that control, I kid you not, what starts to happen is you start to take responsibility. And not in a way where it's like, hey, you're an adult now, you need to be responsible because you're an adult. I don't agree with that either. And that's where a lot of this stuff is so nuanced. A lot of it is nuanced. But it comes down to you understanding why you have the regret that you did. I can tell you from my perspective, there are things that held so much power over me. I held so much shame, and I still hold on to a little bit of shame at this part of my life. For mistakes that I made, embarrassment, a lot of this stuff is public humiliation. People see you fail, you know, and you have to kind of just stomach it and being looked at kind of like a loser or a failure. And like, you're like, man, like I can't let go of that feeling. But what I will tell you is I don't let go of what I felt in that moment, but rather that I will tell myself I will never feel that again. And the only way to ensure that is by winning. And to give yourself the best possible chance to win is one thing and one thing only, is by being resourceful with everything. And that includes your emotional states. The state that you're in, if you're angry, you don't need to tell yourself I shouldn't be angry. If you have regret over a heartbreak or something you tried, it doesn't really matter what the regret is. But you got to let it go in the way where don't let it have power over you to where you have action paralysis. Don't do anything. You sit on your heels because you're so terrified that if you try again, you might lose again. But like I said in the very, very beginning of this video, it's like anything else. It's never as bad as the first time. When it happens, you're going to be like, oh. And you start to absorb all of these lessons that you've learned, and you have a layer of perspective that nobody else around you has. And it's because you've leaned in. You're not hiding anymore. That's what's so scary about regret. Regret makes you hide. That's what it wants you to do. It wants you to hide and just say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. You know, like I can't handle the regret and the shame that I hold myself over. So I'm just going to isolate myself and never, ever put myself out there again. I'm never going to try my hand at anything. I'm not going to go for the girl that I want. I'm just going to play it safe, and that way I know I won't get hurt again. But the beauty of life is in the highs and the lows. A lot of people try to stay even keel because they're terrified of that feeling of regret coming back. And when you can learn how to just legitimately surf the wave, the tsunami of emotions, you start becoming, truthfully, a force to be reckoned with. There's just nothing that can mess with you. Like, you're going to be one of the most competitive human beings on the planet. Not competitive as in I have to win. I'm talking about in skill level. Your game's going to be so high because there's literally nothing on God's green earth that could happen to you, and you look at it and be like, my life's over. Because you know if you wake up another day above ground, it's a brand new day. The past does not matter. Even if it was great, even if it was awful, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, because today you get to make the choice. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm tired of doing this thing that I've been doing for so long. Screw it. Today's the day. I'm just going to completely transform myself. And it all starts from that decision. And that starts by you letting go of that damn regret. Let go of it. It's not doing you any good. The only thing to extract from something like that is one thing, and that's the feeling that you really, really sit with. You sit with that feeling. And I kid you not, you make sure that you will never, ever in your entire life feel that way again. Because winning is truthfully the greatest success. It's the greatest thing, because if you win, it should mean everything to you. And if you lose, you start to realize there is no loss. There's no literally all defeat, all losses in your life is up here. If you don't stop, you haven't lost. You lost the battle, but the war remains to be seen. So start taking a bet on yourself. Let go of the damn regret and start living the life that you know you're meant to live. And be brave. Trust me, it's the greatest life path versus the one that's kind of scared and hiding and I don't want to do this because I don't know if I can handle it. Screw that. You are a lot stronger than you realize. The human being has been built to be the most durable thing on the planet. We are meant to adapt. And the day you decide, you know what? This game is mine. You know what? It's my damn time. It's my time. And I'm going to go make it happen. I don't care who's in my corner. I don't care who's not without my corner. All I know is the end result will be the same. The game is yours. Take it. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope this is well worth your time. If there's anything that you guys are looking for specifically, drop it down in the comments. And if people like those comments, give those a thumbs up. And that way I know to make a video on it. If there's anything that you guys need, if you guys want to hit the, people, it's funny. A lot of people talk about this notification bell, subscribe and hit that notification button. I feel like if I tell you guys that, wouldn't you do that on your own if my videos were good enough? That's kind of how I look at it. Anyways, you guys already know how I feel about y'all. I love y'all, man. Uncle Rami out. Peace. I actually forgot my train of thought, to be honest. Because I saw this thing shaking, dude. I don't know why it's shaking so crazy.